What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Brilliant Diamond Let's Play. In the previous episode, we ended up going and catching Dialga and completing the Team Galactic event on top of Sphere Pillar, and today is going to be an interesting video because you guys haven't seen something like this in this series so far, and what we are going to do is we are going to be catching one of the lake spirits, and that lake spirit is going to be AZELF. So, in order for you guys to have access of catching AZELF, you need to have beaten the Team Galactic story at the top of Sphere Pillar, and and you also have to do it after battling Dialga. I am not 100% certain because face cam froze. Wouldn't be a professional video if I didn't have a face cam freeze. But in order for you to have access to catching any of the lake spirits, you have to be able to have defeated Dialga. I think you have to catch him, but I'm not entirely sure. But what you need to do is you need to take a grand old look over here on your map. As you can see, we have quite the amount of Poke-Etch apps, so we need to head ourselves over to Pistoria City into getting into Lake Valor. So that's pretty relatively simple, as you know. In this game, they made it easier due to all the HMs being a app in your Poke Watch. So go ahead and take that over to here, Pistoria City. Don't go into the Pokemon Center like I did, because you just don't need to go in there. Unless you need to spend money and get some Pokeballs, go ahead and stop by the Pokemart. I highly recommend using Quick Balls. If you have Quick Balls off the start of the encounter, it gives you about a 5 times chance of catching it than you would if you just used a normal Ultra Ball. So it's always good to throw a Quick Ball to test your luck and see how lucky you really are, and to see if you can actually catch it. But here we are in Lake Valor, and if you want to, if this is your first time here with the ability to use Surf, you do in fact have a TM that is lying around in the grass over in this direction, and as you can see, it's right here. The TM for Thunder. So if you want that TM, go ahead and scoop that up. Otherwise, just make your way over to the cave. Relatively simple. And like I said, it's recommended that you have Quick Balls with you, but if those don't work, any Pokemon with status would be nice. Paralysis is definitely one of those status inflictions that would be best case scenario. As you can see on our Luxray here, we do have Thunder Wave on it, so we should be able to put a status infliction on this dude, just in case. Also, just to be safe, there's nothing wrong with saving your game beforehand. If you really want AZELF, or if you're shiny hunting, you can go ahead and save your game beforehand. And here we go, encounter time. And as you can see, it's not a shiny, unfortunately. If I had that luck, I would be I'd be very surprised. Yeah, recommended to go ahead and throw a Quick Ball your first turn. There's literally no harm in doing it, because it gives you, like I said, a 5 times chance to catch it. As you can see, we weren't lucky at all, so that's alright. Now, the one thing you need to be careful with AZELF is he does hit pretty hard. He's the one of the trio that hits the hardest. So just be careful when you're fighting against them. If you have a dark type that can come in, that would be really good, because the only move that he could potentially have to hit you with would be Uproar, and even then, it wouldn't do too much damage. But yeah, go ahead and weaken him down. He is pretty fragile, so don't hit him with anything too hard. I was a little bit risky to even going with that bite there. I could have went for a Volt Switch to switch out, but that's an A-okay with me. And our Luxray does go down, but I do have a Mew that can come in and resist its Psychic type moves, so we should be pretty A-okay. I'm gonna go ahead and chuck some Ultra Balls at this dude. 2 shakes. Ooh, we were close there. Pretty close. Let's see, can we get it this time? No shakes. I'm surprised. Paralyzed though. It broke out again with no rolls. Now, I am not entirely sure if other people have experienced this as kids. Sometimes when you throw these like high-end Pokeballs and they don't catch, sometimes you gotta throw the lower ones to try and catch it, but that doesn't apply here because we just caught AZELF. So, there you go. So we got our AZELF here. I'm going to go ahead and name it... What do I want to name it? Let's name it... Let's name it Terry. Why not? Terry the AZELF. We'll give you that name. Terry is a naive nature, which isn't bad because, as you can see by its stats, AZELF, like I said, is not a defensive mon at all. But it is a pretty good attacker, so you can run a mixed AZELF if you do play competitive. So that would be actually a nice nature if that's what you're craving. If you're a competitive type of person, then that's a perfect nature for you to have. But that's going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. So if you guys enjoyed this shorter episode and you guys actually found this little tutorial type of video to be helpful, then please don't be afraid to hit that like button down below because we greatly appreciate it. Also, click subscribe and check out all the other stuff that's on my channel. It would be very, very much appreciative. Also, if you could go into the description and follow my socials, like my TikTok and my Twitter, that would also be very, very appreciative. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Have yourselves a great day. Peace.